Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I want to give you a small update video on the news here in Europe. And first of all, I would like to show you this very concerning video.
It's Ajalabi. Welcome to What's in My Bag Survival Edition. First up, my glasses. Super important if you want to see what is happening or not. Next, my document in a waterproof pouch. A must in a rainy Brussels. Now, let's talk about lighting. I have a flashlight. If you don't forget the matches and of course, the light. Turn. And water, of course, because water is life. And my special friend, a Swiss Army knife. 18 tools in only one knife. A must-have. And don't forget your medication. You might need it, because you never know. And don't forget something to eat. You might be hungry, very hungry. And of course, some cash. In the middle of a crisis, cash is king. And your credit card might just be a piece of plastic, a charger and a power bank, because a dead phone is a dead end. Playing cards, a bit of distraction, never hurt anyone. And don't forget a radio, the smaller one. This is everything you need to survive the first 72 hours of a crisis. Speaking about being prepared, the EU is preparing its strategy to be sure that every citizen is safe in case of crisis. Be prepared, be safe.
Okay, so this is a really concerning video. So this lady is showing how you can prepare an emergency survival bag. So it's not an elaborate bug-out bag that she's recommending, but just a small 72-hour survival kit, which gives you enough of time to maybe flee your home, your town or your country. So yeah, I'm concerned about this video, and that's because 10 years ago they were always picking on preppers and saying that preppers were weirdos, and now they are publicly asking citizens to prepare. So they would only do that if they really had planned something, maybe getting involved with the war in Russia, I don't know. But all of this is very concerning. And at the end she's saying,
speaking about being prepared, the EU is preparing its strategy to be sure that every citizen is safe in case of crisis. Be prepared, be safe.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that they are preparing to keep us safe, honestly. I don't think they care about us at all. That's my personal opinion. They don't care about the soldiers who are dying on the battlefield. Of course, politicians or important people will never send their kids or grandkids into war, so it's always peasants who will die on the battlefield. So I don't think so. Yeah, this video is concerning, and if you read the news that goes together with this topic, then we are talking about some serious business here. So here you can see an article about a arms manufacturer boss visiting Volkswagen and saying that Volkswagen, the factory Volkswagen, would be good for producing military vehicles. So yeah, now Volkswagen, the factory, is considered to produce military vehicles. In Austria, they are now discussing of bringing women into war, signing them up for mandatory military service. NATO boss Rutte is warning Putin in case he wants to attack Europe, that the reaction will be devastating for him. Here again, the article which goes together with the video that I've shown you before. Here they're writing survival kits and food supplies. The EU is preparing for an attack. We could be attacked. Then here they're writing today in Brussels the plan to train the 27 countries in crisis scenarios. Armed aggression is no longer just a theory. Denmark has now introduced the mandatory military service for women. Yeah, then also the EU is planning a massive investment into the military. They want to invest 800 billion euros into military and defense. Here they're writing that Russia is preparing for war. War with Russia. The EU Commission is planning for the worst case scenario. Meanwhile, Germany is making billions and billions of debt And they even have cancelled the debt break that they have put on the debt because they have so much debt. Meanwhile, the EU has made it easier for a private person to spend their private money on military investments. So it's going to be similar to war bonds, which they had, I believe, in the Second World War. Macron has announced before his troops that there will be a nuclear offensive. Here they are saying that Putin wants to take all of the land up until the Danube River. I don't know if this is correct, but this is what the Austrian mainstream media is writing. Here they are saying that there's a global arms race and the signs point to a EU nuclear bomb. Operational plan for Germany. Germany will be the logistical platform for NATO, and they say they want to transport 100,000 soldiers towards the east. Now here there's an article about how Bavaria, which is a part of Germany, is preparing for a potential war with Russia, and they want to prepare the hospitals, being able to take in up to 1,000 soldiers each day. Here there's some kind of expert, he's saying that now we have to think about war economy. Another military expert is saying that there will be a bigger war coming to Europe next year. Now, if you have bought a share of Rheinmetall, which is a weapons manufacturer from, I believe, Germany, then, you've made the jackpot because the share has risen by 1,150% in only 3 years. One military expert by the Austrian army is saying, we are already in a state of war. Here they are saying that if there's war in Germany, you cannot or you don't have a right to say no to the draft. In Germany, they want to reintroduce the mandatory military service. Especially the old Germans want that, according to a survey. But the younger ones, between 18 and 29 years, they are against the mandatory military service, of course, because it's going to be them who are sent to death. Poland is calling their men to the arms, to the military, because of Russia. Military expert, Russia will attack the European Union within 5 to 8 years. And it's going on and on like this, guys. So I always thought that if Trump will be president, that they will just turn off the war somehow. But I would not have thought that the EU by itself will try to, push the war like this and spend all of our tax money in military defense. So yeah, guys, it's not looking that good. I have to say, I will not stay here if they come closer with the war. I will certainly leave my country. I will not stay here. And then I live somewhere else in a peaceful country. I don't see the sense in war. I think it's the worst thing. It's hell. You don't want to be in war. And if you are pro-war, then please go to the front and see how long you will survive. Maybe you will get killed by a drone, or maybe you will lose your limbs by stepping on a mine. And even if that doesn't happen and you come back home, you will never be the same person. Then you will suffer from PTSD. So who wants that? Nobody. And most people don't even have something against the so-called enemy. So yeah, make sure that you are getting prepared, but also instead of a normal radio, maybe get a shortwave radio so you can also listen to what the other side is reporting. And yeah, I don't know what to say anymore. It's crazy what's going on. They're making people anxious with these articles, and they are drumming the war drums and making people crazy about war. So I don't like it. I think we should say no to this. So to me, war is just murdering a whole lot of people. Then they are going to destroy people's livelihoods by destroying their houses. They are going to destroy everything people have worked for their entire lives. Then they are going to devalue the property, and then they are going to purchase the property for a cheap price, and then some big companies come in and take the resources. So this is what war is, and war really sucks. War is hell on earth, and we really don't want that as normal citizens. We just have some politicians who are warmongers and making insane decisions that we normal people don't have anything to do with. They are not asking us if we want war, they just make all of the preparations for war. Alright guys, so this is the new news here in Europe and it really sucks. I hate to bring it to you, I wish it was better. And if you want to get more news updates from Europe, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. And also, I have a new Twitter account where I'm going to upload all of my YouTube videos about news. And it's called Lilly or SurvivalLilly News. So I will put the link to this Twitter account into the first pinned comment so you can find it and follow me there as well. Just in case something happens to my YouTube account, you know. Alright, so this is it for today. Thank you for watching guys and stay tuned till next time. Peace.